Are you interested in learning more about body sugaring? Or are you a sugar professional who already knows how to sugar, but you are looking for better ways to kick up your business? Welcome to the SugarShow podcast. I'm your host, Shannon the Sugar Mama. And as a fellow SD who learned to sugar 11 years ago and tripled my solo skincare business, I want to share not only my sugaring wisdom, but introduce you to my network of friends who are masters in their fields and want to help you expand your sugaring business. Let's get started. Hello, and welcome back to this very fun episode of the Sugar Show. We are going to be talking about add-ons and how, while you have a captive audience, you can be adding on some fun for your clients and adding on some extras for your pocketbook. So welcome to the show, Shelley Hancock of Shelley Hancock Consulting.
Hi, thank you for inviting me. I really appreciate it.
It's fun. Shelley is also known as the Gadget Gal. So the Gadget Gal and the Sugar Mama are in the house today.
Fun.
I have to tell you, audience, I have known Shelley for a long time. She was an inspiration to me in California. She was an esthetician, still is, but esthetician and really amazing educator when I was new in this industry. And I always looked up to you, Shelley. And it was very fun to see, when I see your newsletters and read the blogs that you write, I kept saying to myself, I love that Shelley Hancock. I should have her on the show someday. And the stars just aligned and here you are. So thank you for continuing to be a trailblazer and doing what you do.
I appreciate it. You know, when you love what you do, it's easy, right?
It's easy. Yeah, it's easy. So help people to understand, first of all, what it is, how you kind of came to be the Gadget Gal. I know the story, but tell the folks how you became the Gadget Gal and what your business is all about.
Sure. Been an esthetician for 33 years now, had my own big day spa for many years. And we know we wear a lot of hats, right? When we own our own business, began to lose my passion, sold it, trying to figure out what I wanted to do. And that's when equipment started to come into the industry in the early 2000s. And I started, buying pieces of equipment and I had a passion for it. I just loved it. Started testing it, having fun with it. And then, I don't know, it's a long story, but one thing led to another. And before I knew it, I was just promoting it to other estheticians, training them. And over the years, they all nicknamed me the Gadget Gal or the Machine Queen.
Queen.
Yeah. That's what I focus on. We have to have the skincare, all the other things that go along with it. But I just, focus mostly on that because I just have a passion for it. And I think the way the industry is going, the more equipment that gives instant results, it's just better in our treatment rooms. So,
well, if whatever gadgets you are using, girl, everyone, if they're watching this video version of the podcast, your skin is amazing. I want the gadgets you have, Missy.
Thank you. I feel blessed. They kind of work. I just turned 60 last September. So
Stop it.
Yeah.
Girl, honestly, you look the same today as when I met you. That's no joke. So listen to her advice, folks, because whatever she's doing it right.
Thanks.
Okay, so my audience, we are obviously sugaring professionals. We are estheticians and cosmetologists and students of beauty school who are learning to be amazing estheticians and cosmetologists. And I would imagine when they hear the Machine Queen or the Gadget Gal, they're like, gadgets, machines. I thought sugaring was just a glove and a ball of sugar and skin. And so audience, the reason why I have Shelley on for the gadget guru that she is that we want you to understand that you can add on so many resources that will help boost that ticket and really offer an additional luxury or an additional beautiful service in complement with your sugaring. So when Shelley and I were talking about this, we said, I'm going to put you back side by side here. But when Shelley and I were talking about sugaring and add-on treatments, it's like, okay, you have this captive audience that is getting their brows so beautifully done or their lip or their cheeks. What else can you offer them? So when they walk out of the treatment room, not only is there Is their brow shape perfect, but their eyes are brighter, or their lines are softer, or their skin feels hydrated? So Shelley has brought with us today, and for those of you listening, don't worry, you'll be able to hear our enthusiasm. But she has brought with us really some different ways that you can bring gadgets into the treatment room to add on. Even just a simple brow service can go from a $20 cleanup to $50, $60, even $100 in not only an add-on eye treatment, but in product to sell at home. So Shelley, let them know what you brought for them today on different things that they can do to add on treatments into a facial service.
You got it. Yes, you always want to be thinking on ways of adding value to your client when they come in and increasing your own income rather than, like you said, just that $20 eyebrow. What else can we do in that amount of time? And I always think about, you see women who have had facelifts, but their skin isn't healthy, right? So they look nice and tight, but their skin is a mess. So I think about that. Maybe that's the dramatic end of it, but I think about, you get your eyebrows nice and cleaned up. Well, shouldn't those eyes look nice and bright as well, as long as, as well as just the eyebrows? So let's add on an eye treatment to your eyebrow wax. Now, mind you, you can't work right underneath the brows or in between, but you certainly can work this whole area, right? So we've got a great little tool called the Eye Rejuvenator. This comes from a German company that I've been working with for, oh my gosh, 5 or 6 years now. They make really quality equipment. This is microcurrent for toning and heat to help drive that product in to plump those fine lines. Very simple to do. And literally, you only want to spend 60 to 90 seconds around each eye. So this is how quick you can add this into a treatment, because you don't want to overdo that delicate eye area. So it's just a matter of, if they have puffy eyes, you want to go with lymphatic drainage, right? To drain that puffiness down. If you're trying to lift that eye, you're going to bring it up this way and give it a little hold. Super simple. And I can guarantee you, every time you use this on a client, they're like, oh my gosh, that feels so good. What is that? Because it does. It just feels yummy. And then this can become a retail item for you as well. Okay, so that's another way to bring income into your business, is by retailing these to your client. So that's a super quick treatment you can add. And I know that once you've done it one time, every time your client comes in, they're like, that thing you did on me last time, can you do that again? Okay, so perhaps offer it free the first time, and then let them know that it's going to be an upcharge of whatever the amount is that you've decided to do. And then whatever eye cream you're using on them, you're going to sell them that eye cream as well, you guys. So always be thinking about income and value to your client, something to use at home.
Yeah. Shelley, real quick, about how much are people charging to do kind of a mini micro brightening? What are they calling those treatments? And, give them some ideas on what you could call it and about what you can charge. Obviously, every area is different, but say somebody did, say we did a $20 brow cleanup and we were introducing this into our shop. What would you say was about kind of price point?
It is so hard because it is so different. Beverly Hills is going to charge different than, small town USA kind of thing. I always say to my gals, charge something that people will say yes to, right? If you're going to charge $50 extra for something that's going to take a couple of minutes, they may get really good results from that, but they're going to be ooh, $50, But if you just say $10 to $15 or $10 to $20 add-on, they're more apt to say, yes, I'll do that. And that's the whole idea, is to get everybody to say yes. And then all those little amounts add up if every single one of your clients are doing it.
For sure.
So hard to say an exact amount, but just with what you charge and what your clientele, your clientele, what they can afford, ask for that. Yeah. And I always say too, keep it an amount where they're going to pull cash out of their pocket. So that's always nice, right? Have that little extra cash coming in.
Yeah,
but when you start getting up in the 40, 50, 60s, they're going to pull a credit card out.
Exactly.
Right.
I love the idea as well of offering the retail product, and then you'll take that product and drive it into the skin for them. So, hey, if you purchase this retail product to bring home with you, I will actually, after your brow service, I'll actually drive that product in with my microcurrent machine, and we'll brighten that skin. So it's like, oh yeah, I want that. So they'll take that product home with them, because that's the goal, is to get them to take product home.
Exactly.
So,
yeah. And then my guess is once you've driven it in with the tool, they're going to buy the tool as well. You know,
exactly.
So what that does is it may cut down from them then adding it on as a service when they come in, but you've sold them the tool, and then they need to continually buy the product to go with it.
Absolutely.
So, you know, don't be afraid of selling. There's a lot of estheticians are afraid of selling retail items to their clients. Oh, they'll never come back to you. No, they're going to come back to you. Touch is especially now, touch is very important. So they're not going to stop coming to you just because you sell them something. That's for sure. Oh, and I just want to say about this too. It's fabulous for those lip lines and nasal labial folds. So maybe when you're driving it around their eyes, say, oh, let me do one other little quick thing for them. Put the eye cream around their lips and go ahead and do this as well. They are going to love you for that.
Oh, divine. Now, I will say that for those of you that are sugaring before doing this service, because it is microcurrent and it is heat, you're going to want to be really careful the very first couple of times, especially if you're just doing someone's brows that you don't know for the first time. You're going to want to do that microcurrent like under the eye and to the sides of the eye, or maybe the forehead lines or the lip, if you haven't sugared their lip.
Correct.
But maybe if you're just doing a lip, you can do their whole eye that time. But again, we're stimulating. We've just exfoliated and sugared the skin. We want to be really careful. Now, if you have a client that is super resilient and literally you've been sugaring her for 5 years and her skin is thick and, you know, she doesn't mind, that's fine. But just be mindful of the fact that more stimulation on the area after we've just freshly sugared might be a little much. But under the eyes side, you know, nasolabial folds, if you haven't done the lip, or even just the side, is absolutely fine. So just to be mindful of where you freshly sugared. So
they may not play well together.
Right.
Unless you know the client's skin really well.
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely. A couple other things I came up with is I love this. It's called Essence Sheet Mask. Now there's a ton of sheet masks out there, but I love this one because there's so much product in here. You can use it once and then you put it back in this, put it in a Ziploc baggie and send them home with it. And they can get 3 more usages out of this at home. And the product is just yummy. All the ingredients are on my website. So that's a fun thing for a client. So let's say you're doing some sugaring on somebody's eyebrows or whatnot, have them come in with no base makeup on and literally take a cotton round with some toner, go around their face, put the sheet mask over the top of them. You could just use your hands over the top of it just to kind of give a little light massage, a little tapping. Then all you do is pull the sheet mask off, massage that product in, and off they go with 2 or 3 more usages of this afterwards. And the price point's really good for the esthetician. So this is a really great upsell.
I love that you have brought up the sheet mask, and I don't know that I know of one that gives you a couple extra to bring home. So it's like gift with purchase, right? With your Happy Meal.
Exactly.
So you're going to have hydrated, amazing, bright skin. Oh, and your brows are going to be on point, or your lip hair will be gone, and you have something to bring home with you to use again.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah. Clients love going home with a little something, you know?
Yeah.
And you don't like tell them ahead of time. When you finish, just go, oh, by the way, I'm sending you home with this and you can do 2 more treatments. And they're like, oh, they get all excited about it.
Oh, that's brilliant. And what it's called, the Essence.
The Essence is on my website, Sheet Mask. It's by Tama Research. They make microcurrent equipment. And
yes.
The other things I'm going to tell you about. Actually, let me do one other thing first. So with the sheet mask, you can also, in fact, I did this morning, is you can put the sheet mask in and use the My Skin Buddy over the top of it. This is ultrasound to drive it in. This is another retail item. You always kind of want to be thinking, what can you sell to your clients, right? So you put the sheet mask on while it's nice and moist. You're using the My Skin Buddy over the top of it. And they're going to go, ooh, that's really nice. What is that? And you're going to tell them all about it and you're going to retail it to them.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just another way to drive the product from the sheet mask deeper into the skin. So that's a real easy one to do too.
And it really does set you apart. You're not just someone that's, you know, shaping their brows or taking hair from their lip. you're not just doing that. Anyone can do that. Not anybody can sugar, but anybody can, take hair out of the face. But you are offering that next level luxury of you're sugaring them. And then you're also offering these. I love that sheet mask recommendation.
It's kind of it's a real quick, instant hydrating, have the skin looking good kind of thing. And what'll happen is for those estheticians out there that are specializing in sugaring, but they do facials, but maybe most of their clients don't really realize that part. They're just coming in for the sugaring. If you start adding these little tidbits, a little eye treatment, little sheet mask treatment, all of a sudden they're going to go, wow, my skin really looks nice when I leave here. You do facials, don't you? Tell me more about those facials.
Yes.
Then you turn them into facial clients, right? You're kind of getting sneaky in there to get them turned into facial clients.
I love it. I love it. Okay. What else do you have for us?
Okay. So Tama makes a little unit called the MiTama. I absolutely love this. You can use it with a sheet mask or without a sheet mask. Okay. And what you do is, this is the little unit. It's got a cord that connects to some microcurrent pads. One's put on the forehead and one's put on the chest or right underneath the chin. This is where I like to do it, is right underneath the chin. My thought is, you tell me if this would work or not. You could, if you're not going to use the sheet mask, apply like a nice hyaluronic, a nice peptide, put the pads on and hook them up to the microcurrent. Then you can be working on their sugaring while they're actually having their face done. It's a 10-minute cycle with the microcurrent.
Girlfriend, I could be all up in some hoo-ha, smoothing some bikini. Talk about a weekend treatment. You just smooth their bikini or their legs or their arms while they're getting that microcurrent, and you don't have to be sitting there. I got to be honest with you. Microcurrent treatments put me to sleep because I like to talk. I like to do. And when you're doing microcurrent, it makes me sleepy. So the fact that I could attach this product to them and have them getting a microcurrent on their skin while I'm doing their Brazilian, done.
And it works. I actually do this on myself at least twice a week. While I'm sitting there watching TV at night. I absolutely love it. So when you get finished, your face feels, I don't even have the right word. It feels like open. Like your eyes feel wider open and it's really bright and hydrated. Now you're not going to see this instant tightening, toning, but it just feels just alive. That's a really good word for it.
Yeah.
So that's a great one that you could add. You could charge a little bit more for that. That's
for
up
sure.
In the $40, $50 range kind of thing. But I think it would work while they're sugaring, right? If you just had a pad here and a pad here.
Oh, for sure.
You could be doing their lip and their eyebrows while they're getting microcurrent done.
Or like I said, even, sugaring their bikini they're going to be nice and smooth in the nether regions and their skin will be nice and bright and they can go out on that hot date.
Yeah. So this is on my website too. It's a fun unit. It's a little bit more expensive than the other two, but really well worth it. And you'll pay this off quickly and then start really making an income on this. So
with the Tama, that unit, because I've seen Tama has the handheld units as well. Is that smaller unit one that how do you clean that for the next client?
Oh, so what you'll do in that case is these are very inexpensive. You'll take these pads and put them in a baggie and put your client's name on it and just use those pads for each different client.
And they're reusable and...
you could use them 20 to 30 times on that same client over and over again. Yeah. And they're not very expensive at all. Yeah. So that's how you would do that. And this literally is a button on and off and that's it. The machine just does its thing. They're going to feel some feeling over their face. So they know something's happening. If you're going to work on the lower half of their body, I definitely recommend doing it with a sheet mask because holy schmoly, your skin looks fabulous after using it with the sheet mask.
Okay.
But if you're doing their face, it's going to be a little bit harder to have a sheet mask on and try to be working around their eyes. So
you'd have to do it afterwards for sure.
Yeah. That you could do. You could just do a little bit longer treatment. You could do their sugaring and then you could put the sheet mask on and the MiTama over the top of that.
Yeah.
So there's just so many different things you can do.
Right. And it really is taking it up to the next level. I mean, I think about how busy I am. And if I could get a facial treatment at the same time that I was getting my Brazilian done, I mean, then I can go out looking brighter or have my skin hydrated or, what a brilliant, brilliant way to introduce the other things that you do as well. I love that.
Yeah. Yeah. It's fun. Our industry is so fun, you guys.
Right?
Like if you get bored, shame on you. There's just too much. There's just too much out there to do. Be creative. I'm always telling my estheticians that work with me, be creative. Don't get kind of stuck in this one lane kind of thing. Try things with people, and don't do the same thing on every person either. That each face is different. So don't keep doing that same facial over and over again. Get creative with all the things you have. I spend a lot of time looking for pieces of equipment that are quality and affordable, so that we can afford to have a lot of different pieces of equipment. You know, when you're spending $15,000 and $20,000 on a piece of equipment, well, everybody's going to get that treatment, right? Because you have to pay that thing off, right? So the German company that I work with, Method Bridget Kettner, they make really quality equipment. They're all handheld, so we don't have cords, you know, and just really quick and easy and instant results. That's what we're looking for.
Yeah. The other thing that I love for us to think about is the VIP. So you have your sugar squad that just like raves about you in town. They tell 6 friends, they're referral junkies. Like they just love to share, for example, Sugar Mama's work, you know?
They're our favorite people.
Right. And so I think if we can get away from like, oh, well, I'll give you $5 off, I'll give you this amount off. Why not offer to those clients a nice treatment and say, you know what? I super appreciate you. Why don't you take this home? I'm going to do a sheet mask on you today. They didn't necessarily ask for it, but it is going to go a long way.
I love that because as a person, rather than somebody saying, I'm going to give you a $5 discount today, I'm going to do something special on you today.
Yeah.
That to me feels like something more has been put into it. There's more value to it to me than just a $5 discount.
Yeah. I don't come to you because I want a $5 discount. I come to you because I want to look like you. I want to look amazing. I want that skin, you know, I want that smooth, you know, eyebrows. I want that smooth bits. Well, I can't see your bits, but, but I want what you have to give me. And it's not because you're the cheapest. It's not because you're giving me $5 off. It's because I want the results. And so if you can say, you know, hey, I appreciate you. You have brought in, you know, so many clients. I would like to do this treatment on you. Do you have an extra few minutes that I can treat you right? Done. You will have that client for forever. And what a brilliant way to get that tribe of people that are loving on you and wanting to spread the word about you. You will be the sought after esthetician in town if you are going above and beyond. I've
always felt generosity, it'll come back to you. So many people are afraid to be generous with their time or their knowledge or whatever it is. No, it is going to come back to you tenfold.
Right.
Like you said, you do that one little thing for that client who's going to go out and talk about you. Who knows how many clients that little sheet mask is going to bring in? How many new clients just by doing that? Exactly.
Yeah. And it leads to the rest of your product line. I mean, if you've provided this amazing eye treatment or this sheet mask that is beautiful, can you imagine what the other products that you have their eyes will be open to what else you have on the retail shelf. Oh, you have a night cream? I'd like to see that, because they've seen the results they've gotten from the little bit that you've done, for sure. You got to give them a little taste. You have to give them a little amuse-bouche, as you would in a very nice restaurant, so that they'll want to order more off the menu because they want to see what else you have. So Shelley, thank you so much for
you're so very welcome.
Infusing our sugar world with your wisdom. Thank you for being one of the most generous humans in this industry. I truly, truly appreciate you and have for all these years. And I'm glad I can finally tell you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. This was fun.
It was fun.
Do it again sometime.
I got you. I'm holding you to that. Okay, Sugar Pros, you have heard so many cool things in this episode. We are going to link everything in the show notes so you'll know exactly how to get it. I'm actually, after this, going to be talking to you about purchasing some things for my shop. And as usual, we always want you to succeed, because we are going to be sweet and strong in 2021. And this is one of the many ways that you can do that. Have a fabulous day. And Shelley and I look forward to seeing you soon in class. Take care.